Let's talk about noses.
No, not my nose. His nose.
This is Quake, and he has an amazing schnoz. In fact, it's up to 100 times more sensitive than mine. Or yours.
So dogs are very good because they've got much more cells in their nose to detect scent. You have to understand that we see the world with our eyes, but the dogs see the world with their nose.
That's why dogs here at the Adelaide Uni Animal Sciences School are being trained to do a very important job, sniffing out COVID. See, it turns out people with certain diseases produce a certain scent. And luckily, Rona is one of them. And these cuties are the first dogs in Australia learning to pick up on it.
But there are 27 countries now in the world that are training dogs to detect COVID, and we are collaborating with all of them.
So how does a doggy COVID test work exactly? Let me demonstrate. First, you need a nice, smelly sample.
We just take the gauze and take them, and you just put them under your armpit on bare skin. Just leave it there for 2 minutes.
And so that will collect enough of my scent that the dogs will be able to do my COVID test.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to take your samples out and we'll put them into this specimen jar.
Nice sweaty armpit samples. Don't smell too bad.
I don't smell a thing. Okay, Amelia, as I said, your scent sample's now going to be put into our lineup. So I'll just introduce it here into number 4.
Enter Detector Doggo Bonnie. She knows to sit if she smells a positive test. Her reward for getting it right? Playtime. And luckily, it wasn't my sample.
So you're all good, you're in the clear.
Good to know.
Of course, there are no actual COVID samples here today, or we wouldn't want to be here. But the dogs have been fully trained with real samples from people with and without COVID. And researchers say they're around 97% accurate at sniffing it out, even if someone doesn't have symptoms yet.
The dogs are actually able to detect people when they are in the incubation phase of the disease. That when you just caught the disease, you are not sick yet, and you are just at the beginning of producing the viruses.
So Dr. Anne-Lise, I guess it's better having a dog like Quake do the test for you rather than sticking a swab up your nose. Much more fun, I think.
I think so.
Researchers reckon dogs' noses won't replace the nose swab test, but they could help to screen big groups of people quickly, like at airports or sports games, or even in developing countries where people don't have access to labs for testing results.
So you can actually use a Labrador and not a laboratory.
Quake and the other doggos are now moving into the next phase of training. They're learning to detect the virus on people's bodies using volunteers like me.
Yes, good boy, well done.
But not every dog can do this job. Or not every dog wants to.
So all dogs can do it, but some dogs don't really like to work. So Labradors are really happy to work, and every day when they come to work, they are overjoyed.
And you know what they say? Work hard, play hard.
At night, he comes back to my place. He's very playful, really likes to be with kids. A bit cheeky sometimes.
And if they keep up their good work, who knows how helpful these talented pooches can be.